I'm standing on Government Street at the intersection with South Georgia Avenue. Behind me, at its southeastern corner, once stood the Collegiate Institute, dating to about 1842. Mobilians jokingly called it the Blue College because it was painted a pale shade of blue. It was run by Norman Penny. He had studied to be an Episcopal minister and actually was the priest down at Christ Episcopal Church, but left the ministry to start this school in 1842. It was decided to have been the best of the prep schools that you could get in Mobile at that point to prepare you for college, and Penny was actually a graduate of Yale. When the war broke out, Mr. Penny opted for New Orleans. Apparently his Connecticut upbringing made him more interested in moving with the federal troops that were over in New Orleans, and he planned to start a school over there. Only trouble was he got sick and died before he could ever do that. 20 years later, D.R. Dunlap, the owner of David R. Dunlap Mercantile Company, built a 15-room house on that site. At the time, the cost to construct it would be the equivalent today of over $500,000. The house featured an entrance hall 53 feet long, a formal parlor almost 30 feet long, and a wonderful library and dining room and so forth, and at 3 stories. Mr. Dunlap unfortunately only enjoyed the house 4 years. He died in New York City on a buying trip 4 years after he built the house. Mrs. Dunlap lived here until the 1920s, and after her death, the heirs sold it to a developer. The developer went to great pains to say he was building a $1 million apartment building on the site, and the newspaper went wild over this publicity. Unfortunately, after the man stripped the house of all its beautiful woodwork and bronze fixtures and stained glass windows, he defaulted on the second payment. The Dunlap heirs were left with a gutted house. So it was torn down and the vacant lot stood empty for 20 some odd years until a group of doctors built the building that still stands on that corner today.